All right, folks, another beautiful day here in Northeast Tennessee. Oh, so thankful to be here. Thankful to be alive. Thankful to be breathing the Creator's air on this rainy day. Thankful, folks, I don't deserve probably another breath, but I'm thankful for those breaths, every single one of them. Anyway, folks, headed to work. Headed to the, well, it was the kitchen remodel, and it's turned into just about a half of a house remodel. That's floors, painting, replacing the doors and trim, and hardwood floors. It's just crazy how much we're doing there. I knocked down texture on the ceilings, and it just goes on and on. But anyway, folks, so hope you're doing good. I hope you're living your best life, whatever that life is. And yeah, I hope you're living and let live. I hope you are living and let live. You living your life and letting other folks live theirs. Anyway, folks, rain, go away. Which looks like it's going to be another rainy the rest of the spring. And summer, maybe, I don't know. You know, one summer it'll be rainy all summer, and the next summer it'll be very little rain, and you know how that goes. But anyway, sometimes I think we live in a rainforest. Not complaining, because it keeps the wildfires down. And so I'm thankful for that. Everything grows good. Folks, I have been drying out some things. So I have got a jar this big. You know, so big around. Is it a pickle jar? No, it's a mayonnaise jar. Is it? Yeah, anyway, so it's about the size of a mayonnaise jar. And it's slap full of dried plantain, broadleaf plantain, which is like the dandelion leaf or even the dandelion root. It is just absolutely a miracle leaf. It is just absolutely awesome. The broadleaf plantain is a little less medicinal than the narrow leaf plantain. The narrow leaf is very strong. But I've got over that. I've started a full mayonnaise jar, and then started. Now I'm talking about crushing it up and crumbling it and getting it very fine. And I've started on a pickle jar. I believe today I'm going to pick I need to pick some more dandelion leaf, and but just pick dry. That's all I've been doing, and I'm doing leaves and flowers right now. I think I'm going to pick some clover, red clover, and some daisy today. And when I get home from work, and we'll start working on drying those out, along with wild lettuce. I do have wild lettuce drying. Now, folks, about 4 years ago, I came up here with just an unbelievable amount of seed. And that seed was wild medicinal and wild edible seeds that I had gathered at our home in Georgia. And so about 3.5-4 years ago, I took the wild lettuce seed, I took the dandelion seed, I took the broadleaf plantain seed and other things, and well, violet, and threw them out all over the place. And now I am reaping from that, because we didn't really have all of these things right on the property. We do now, and so that's an awesome thing. But it is like I said, the constant picking and drying of blueberry, blackberry, violet, rose. These are all leaves. Plantain, dandelion, and of course in the fall, and I'll grab the flowers when they come out. But in the fall, we'll go for the roots of some of these plants. Then we're going to do some bloodroot salve and all of this stuff, and it's just constant every day, constantly working at it. And it's the only way you can get things done. You know, I hear people say, it's like the wife says, and I think the same thing. You're watching a video and somebody's homesteading, and no matter at what level, you know, and maybe it's full time, they don't have a job, or whatever the case is, it's hard work. And you look at it and you think, oh my goodness, it's such hard work. But it's very rewarding work. The work is very good for you. It is exercise. And just think, when you're on the treadmill, it's just exercise, and you're burning up electricity. Or maybe you're jogging, and you are getting exercise, which is good, but you're wearing out your shoes, And so this is exercise, blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. Exercise that is, you're profiting not only physically and mentally from it, but financially, you're saving money. And you're being super productive at the same time that you are exercising. And so it's a good thing, doing the homesteading thing. The hard work is a good thing. But our modern age, our modern people, our society looks at that homesteading as, oh no, who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? And folks, it is tough to get going on this. It is very tough. Now, I homesteaded before and had a full-time job, homesteaded. I was younger and had goats that I milked. Well, one goat that I milked. I've had about 2 or 3. But anyway, one goat that I milked, I drank the milk. I loved the milk. And of course, chickens for eggs, and a big garden. And yeah, so we've done a small scale homesteading on 1 acre. And it was awesome. It was hard work, but the rewards were just awesome. And, you know, of course, the older you get, the harder it is on the old bod. But it seems to me like the older, especially a person like me, that I don't consider myself middle class. I consider myself working class. And I know we have some property, and I know that, but I know we have some property and some equipment and things. But this is normal for someone who acquires constantly throughout the years. You could work at Walmart and still acquire, and nothing wrong with working at Walmart. It's a good job, actually. But you could work at Walmart and acquire, just constantly acquire. And that's what has happened to us. But we are still working class people. We still basically live week to week. And we are nobody special. And we bought property when it was dirt cheap. And we have mountain land, folks. We don't have like flat, just super awesome land. Our land is mountain land. It's still considered cheap land, although it is expensive. We couldn't afford to buy our land now. There would be no way. And so anyway, but the homesteading thing, it's a hard row to hoe. Yeah, so it is, folks. It's work. So this morning, pouring rain. I had to hang out and wait till the rain at least slowed down a little. The raincoat I got for the birthday, 61, and I threw it on and went out. I had to turn the chickens loose. I've been free ranging them, and I've been taking table scraps, and mixing it with chicken feed to try to get that price down on producing eggs. And you know, I had to turn them loose. Of course, we got 30 something. That's just too many. But we'll see what's going to happen there. I want to get them bigger. I'm going to cut it down to about 20. And so I'm going to put about 12 of those chickens in the freezer. And, you know, I hear, and now I've ate one Rhode Island red rooster, but that's it. I hear it's not the best, that you need an actual meat bird, one of the Cornish hens or whatever they are. But we're going to try it out. I'm going to do it anyway. and I'm going to cut that flock down because I believe if I could get down to right around 20 birds, even 15, I believe that they're going to produce about, in good times, a dozen of eggs a day, which is way more than we'll ever eat, all of us. And then probably in the winter time they'll produce 6 eggs a day, which is still probably more than what we would eat, you know, because at the end of the week, 6 times 7, it's how many eggs you have. So I believe that's the way to go, and that's how we're going to go. So that's the road we're going to go down, I do believe. And so I'll get about 15 or so in a chicken tractor. I don't know, I may just turn half of them loose and let those 100% free range. Give them a teeny bit of feed. And I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, just a lot of, I want to get to where, now, the 15 that we will keep, at least 15 that we will keep, will be in a chicken tractor, and they'll be turned loose probably every day or maybe every other day. You know, we'll see how that goes. And they'll free range. And so we're trying to get that price down for raising chickens. I don't want to pay some outrageous price just to have eggs. So we're gonna get it. And so chickens do pretty decent on a mixture of good table scraps, foraging, and then some feed. Yeah, and the feed is to supplement. Anyway, folks, so we'll eventually get us a goat, and we'll let that goat. We need a goat oh so bad. And it is because of weeds, especially poison ivy. But then I've got on one section of the property that doesn't touch the main section. We got about 12, 14 acres across the road, and it has just got kudzu all over it. And so I'm thinking about getting 2 goats and letting them wreak havoc on that kudzu. And then keeping them up by the house as well, and letting them eat poison ivy, and just being a weed eater and a lawnmower for us. That's all they'll be. But one will be a milker, and so I'm going to try to get, I don't know, one just Billy that is just a whatever it is, ain't gonna pay much for it, and then a good Nubian milker. And I would like to go ahead and get 2 adults, 2 grown goats, but you know, a year old or so. Anyway, so that's the plan for the homestead. I still got to check, and so this homesteading thing is work, folks, because I'm always doing something, messing with the chickens. I haven't even built a chicken tractor. Yeah, it's just crazy. We've got to work every day, then you know, we got this and that, of course, family stuff. But yeah, still got to check on the mushrooms. I keep an eye on those. I check them about every week or so, make sure they're okay, make sure ain't no woodpeckers gotten in there, pecked out my dowels, which that ain't gonna happen. I got them covered good. But I did go down there one time, and my a couple of logs were pushed over. There was a rock moved. I don't know if some neighbor kids were down there messing around, or if I don't know what happened there. It was crazy. Anyway, so yeah, definitely on that homesteading thing. And it seems like the older you get, the more homesteading you would do. And especially, and this is what the video is supposed to be about, and I never got to the point. But since we're working class folks, since, you know, there's not going to be any retirement there, I'll be working until I can't work anymore. I figure if I could get it to where I can produce food cheaply, like it's way cheaper than going to the grocery store, it's way better than going and getting your stuff at the grocery store, way more convenient, You know, because you don't have to drive to the grocery store, so you cut time in gas, wear and tear on the vehicles, the tires and whatnot. And getting it to where it's doable, cheaper and all of that. I believe that's a good retirement plan. You know, it's not a full-blown retirement plan, but it is it's part. It's part of the retirement plan. And, you know, for years now, I've been thinking, hey, buy food now, foods that last for 30 years, you know, especially now because I'm 61. And it's always good to have dried goods stored away for hard times, to just being a good prepper, a good homesteader. And so why not have 2 50-gallon barrels full of, you know, rice and beans and pastas and oats and all these things that last for 30 years. You're 60 years old. And if it's stored away very well, where it'll last that long, then my goodness, you have some sort of food when you get old and feeble. Yeah. Plus you're homesteading. So, yeah, homesteading is a good thing. Prepping is a good thing, that's for sure. And you kind of kill 2, 3, 4 birds with one stone when you're homesteading, when you're prepping. Anyway, so just kind of a random video, I know, but I want to encourage you folks to get on that homestead bandwagon. It is definitely the thing to do. Look, not trying to force anything on you, but I'm just about to pass a house here that I've been passing every day for a while. And these folks are homesteaders, and they've got geese and sheep and goat and horses and cows, chickens and guineas and turkeys. And you know, I don't know the people, but you can look at their place and you can look at all that they have, and you know that they raise their own food. I mean, it's very simple, very easy to see that. Plus they have a garden, and they've got equipment, you know, tractors and all of that stuff. And they live out here in the middle of nowhere. It's right here. And it's just absolutely awesome. Now, I don't see the animals this morning, but they're probably all in the barn, I don't know. But usually they feed them about this time. And they're all out there. But anyway, so it's awesome. The other day I passed. It's awesome living out here. That's for sure. The other day I passed, I don't know, it's been a couple of months back. I passed a house, man. I was way up in like Claiborne County and Speedwell. That's the county next to us, but I was deep into Speedwell. And all throughout here, folks, it is nothing but cows and goats and chickens. But anyway, I was passing this house, and you can tell that the people homestead. You can just look at it and tell that the people are producing their food. There was a teenager out there feeding the pigs, but they didn't just have pigs. People still do that here, folks. And when I say people still do that here, a lot of people still go out and butcher their own pig. They slaughter their cattle. They, you know, yeah, butcher their own chickens. People still do that here. People on the side of the road picking blackberries and, you know, in the woods. People go in my woods and pick morel mushrooms. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. That still happens here. And that's an awesome thing. And so I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you, no matter who you are, what you are. I don't talk to just one group of people. I talk to humanity as a whole. I'm for human beings. Doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, what religion you are, what lifestyle you live. I'm here on the planet for human beings. You know, I might say something that hurts your feelings. Doesn't mean I don't love you and care about you, because I do. And yeah, so anyway, folks, remember that. Remember that when you hear me talk. The few of you that listen to me, not many, but it's okay. I believe I can help at least one person once a month, and that's good enough for me. Do something no matter who you are. Become self-sufficient. Become self-sufficient as much as possible and independent no matter who you are. I don't care you think that this world is going in your direction. I promise you it's not. we'll see you.